Assalamu alaikum, an Arabic warm greeting from me. My name is Ibrahim Al-Mana. I'm a 15 years old Qatari boy. I was born on the 9th of February 1997 in Doha, Qatar, from a Muslim family with Arabic culture. I have started my early years studying English a bit more than Arabic. I live in Qatar in the city Doha with my entire family living so close. I'm the fourth child and the only boy in my family, after 3 sisters and followed by 2. My father, Hamad Al-Mana, was born in the early 60s in Qatar. He studied in Qatar and continued his studying in America. My dad is familiar with Western cultures because he has spent 5 years of his young life living there and respecting their traditions. Even though he lived in the US for 5 years, their culture didn't have an effect on him. He still goes to the desert, majlis, and he wears top. Most of our culture and traditions based on my religion, Islam. My religion told me how to respect the beliefs of other people around me. My background goes back to my family, where we have our own tradition, such as going to the majlis at night and after the Friday prayer for lunch, where we meet friends and family. Many visitors from different places join us for social gatherings, such as workers and foreign friends. Besides the influences of my family, I have had many interactions outside of my home as well that have shaped my cultural identity. To begin, I attended an international school from a very young age, and it was Park House English School. In 2009, I was placed to a different school, which was Qatar Academy. I attended an international school because Qatar has become more open every way, so it is important to learn other cultures in this situation. But even though I was in international school, my parents tried their best to teach me my own culture and traditions. This experience shaped my identity because I learned more than a culture, so I became more open-minded. I learned English when I was young, and now I don't really feel this is my second language. So I was exposed to a completely different language than my first language. I learned English because most of people talk English in Qatar, and so when I travel, I'll be able to speak with other people. This event made me interact with other people from other cultures, because when I learned English, I was able to speak with English people, and that made me understand their culture more. This interaction changed me somehow. For example, when I go to a restaurant, I always take an English menu because I got used to English more than in my first language. When I was young, I was influenced by other cultures through television. Most of the cartoons that I watched were English, and they were based on Western communities. So in this way, I interacted with different cultures. So for example, in these cartoons, I could see the characters celebrating Christmas, and then I will ask my parents, and I will then understand what's the celebration. So TV changed my culture identity because I became aware of other cultures that celebrate different celebrations than Qatar. One of the most important events that made me interact with other cultures is having friends from other cultures with different cultures. That made me learn lots of other cultures and know how their cultures like to be treated, and that interaction didn't really affect me because even though I have Western friends, I still hold my culture identity. For example, if I go out with my foreign friends, I will still be wearing my own culture clothes. Traveling to other countries was one of the major events that made me interact with other cultures, because when I travel to Western countries, I have to talk to people from other languages, and I will wear Western clothes, not my own culture clothes, and will eat their food. This changed me because I see other cultures when I travel. For example, I see churches, so I learn other religion and traditions. But this affected my culture identity because when I travel, for example, to Italy, I would eat pizza, pasta, etc. So when I come back to Qatar, I begin to like pizza and pasta and forget about my culture food. Overall, I think that some of the influences were positive and helped me shape my culture identity. By these interactions, I became aware of other people's beliefs and traditions, and that made me become more open-minded. Some of the Western influence changed Qatar's culture. For example, food. You could see foreign franchised food here in Qatar, which are Westerns. Clothes are also one of the influences by the Western, because nowadays it's often to see lots of people wearing Western clothes in Qatar. But if you go back 50 years, you would see no one wearing any Western clothes in Qatar. However, even though Qatar changed a lot, but our culture didn't go away and our traditions didn't change. We still go to the majlis and we wear thobe and eat matchwoods. And most importantly, what's unique about Qatar is that families are close to each other, not like other countries. These experiences have helped to make me the open-minded individual that I am today.